Planet Dolan.
From baby dolls in the oven to threats of hardcore violence, we look at 9 of the creepiest things kids have said. Hi there, my name is Doopy, and I'm here to tell you some really interesting things that you might not have heard before. Number 9. Being a little too quick to jump on the defensive can have its downsides. One kid was asking his parents if he could hold his newborn brother. Before waiting for an answer, he quickly insisted, "I don't want to kill him, just look at him." Just saying, I don't think that kid is going to be holding the new baby. Having to point to your innocence is a little sinister. It seems like something that girl from Orphan would come out with. Number 8. A kindergarten teacher was keeping an eye on one little girl because she was a bit withdrawn and didn't mix well with the other kids. The girl was playing with the baby doll in the play kitchen, singing to it and rocking it back and forth. All of a sudden, she shoved it into the play oven and slammed the door shut. She turned to the teacher and said, "Sometimes bad babies go in timeout." Then she smiled and ran off. Did you just get a case of the heebies? Because that kid just gave me the jeebies. Get it? Heebie-jeebies. That kid sounds like a reincarnation of Joan Crawford, or that scary mom from Insidious. Number 7. Kids say the darndest things. Aren't they so cute and filled with innocence? When one 3-year-old met her newborn baby brother, her parents waited to hear what adorable nonsense she would say about the squishy newborn. She stared at him for a while before saying, "Daddy, it's a monster. We should bury it." So while some kids are filled with innocence, some are apparently filled with homicidal thoughts about the new addition to the family. I mean, Stephen King has to get his influence somewhere, right? Number 6. One little boy used to act like angels spoke to him almost constantly. One day, his mother overheard him sitting in the empty room saying, "I can't kill him, he's my only dad." I'm impressed by this kid's pragmatism. Despite the angels telling him to kill, he knows that once that dad is dead, there'll only be lesser stepdads to take his place. For those of you asking, what kind of angel tells a kid to kill their parents? Lucifer was an angel at one stage too, remember? So I guess stranger hallucinations have happened. Thank goodness not all imaginary friends are homicidal angels though, or patricide would be more popular than Pokemon Go. Number 5. This young deviant seemed innocent enough when he asked if he could use his mom's phone to take a picture of some birds in their yard. Until he followed up by saying, "I want to go squish those birds and kill them and hang them on our wall." When his mom looked at him like he might be a serial killer in the making, he said, "No, Mom, it's okay. It's just for decorating the house." What a relief. I thought you were going to do a blood ritual. I can just imagine the family's visit to the doctors. "Ma'am, did you realize your son's actually a cat?" Number 4. Some parents can't help but spoil their children. So when they ask for something ridiculous, they just look so cute and you want to give in to them. A 4-year-old boy really wanted a cupcake. He was obviously not used to being denied anything, so when the babysitter said no, he said, "I want a cupcake, please." But the babysitter maintained vigilance. Then the kid whispers, "If you give me a cupcake, I won't cut your neck." Talk about quick escalation. At least he made the right decision to opt for manners before threatening violence. When you try to do it the other way around, for some reason people think you're disingenuous. Number 3. While redecorating the attic, a little girl told her mother that the lady who used to live here told me that she hates the wallpaper, and that you are covering her note. The mother figured the girl was just rambling on as kids often do. The interaction was fobbed off as something weird her daughter came out with. Until years later, when the mother calls her daughter in a panic. She'd taken down the wallpaper in the attic. Underneath the paper was a suicide note scratched into the wall. Either that girl has an amazing but coincidental imagination, or she's straight up tapped into souls stuck in purgatory. Number 2. As we've already heard, pregnancy kind of freaks kids out. While hanging out with his very pregnant-looking aunt, a 4-year-old boy asked his aunt if there was a baby in her belly. When she said yes, he didn't react. He just casually walked toward the kitchen saying, "We need to get it out. I'll go get the knife." It'd be less creepy if the kid went on to become an obstetrician who spent his days performing C-sections, but I'm pretty sure this kid is just a total creep. Number 1. One night, a boy climbed into his parents' bed, bawling his eyes out. They try to comfort him, but nothing is helping. When they ask what's wrong, he said that the fat man with a bloodied hole in his head kept trying to open his window. If that isn't some real-life sixth sense, then I don't know what is. The dead people don't know they're dead. That guy is probably a ghost of Santa or a pedophile. Or at the very least, it's a haunting. Time to burn some sage, and if that doesn't work, burn the whole house down. What's the creepiest thing you've ever heard a kid say? Let us know in the Reddit page link below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.
One night, while the theater rotated, Deborah stepped in the danger area and became caught between a rotating wall that was closing against the stage's stationary one. People in the next theater heard her screams, and one guest went to get another cast member for help.